You are still watching the news at 8 on Church of Uganda Family TV, and this is our interview segment for tonight's bulletin. And I'm here with a seasoned campaigner, a senior citizen here in Uganda who has seen it all, and we are talking about liberation. Welcome to our discussion. Captain Francis Edward Babu, welcome to News at 8.
Thank you very much. Very kind of you, and thank you for having me.
Fantastic. Now, you are a public figure. You've been in public service and leadership for a long time. You have seen it all from independence, and so you are the right person to talk about when it comes to liberation. But many of us have the question, what's this liberation about? What were we liberated from as Ugandans?
Oh, thank you very much. I think very quickly, it's no small synopsis. Uganda was colonized for 70 years. 1962, we got independence. From the time we got independence, the leaderships of this country started having hiccups. They started getting themselves in a mess. They created chaos. And therefore, different groups at different times wanted to stop that chaos. And in 1966, we had a problem with the kingdoms. 1967, we had a Republican constitution. In 1970-71, military government came in. So there was a group that they were not happy, and in 1980, they had a liberation. They removed the military government. That went on from 1980 up to 1985. During that time, there was also hiccups and messes, and some people were not happy. Therefore, in 1980 to 1986, there was a war, and eventually there was a liberation of that group being removed because of some people believing there was chaos. So 1986 up to now, there was a liberation, and that day, which is 26th of January, is called a Liberation Day, liberating them from the chaoses that have been happening. Therefore, so many years now, coming to 37 years.
Indeed.
And those 37 years, every year we've had a day to remind us that there was a liberation of our own mess. We created messes ourselves.
So what does this liberation then mean to us as Ugandans? What should we keep in mind as we talking about this subject of liberation?
Good question. In fact, I think that is the reason why they have those liberation, to remind themselves what we did in 1980 to 86, the liberation we sought for, the reasons why we did. Have we achieved anything? And therefore, we must now take a SWOT analysis. Have we achieved anything? Has our population increased? Have we improved in our governance? In my opinion, a lot of things have been done, but our governance has not yet been successful. That's my view.
Governance, what exactly about governance?
Leadership. We've had a lot of problem with the leadership. We went from a system called the movement system. We went into multi-parties. The multi-party dispensation has become a field of war. People are abusing each other. They are fighting each other. They are calling each other names. There's no trust. And in my opinion, that's not good for the country. We need to stop for a moment. Where have we gone wrong? Ugandans this is a beautiful country, Uganda, as a country, and the people are very good. What is causing us, what is the problem? The problem is somewhere around leadership. We have not understood liberal democracy, which we are copying from the Europeans. We seem to be fighting instead of finding solutions to our problems. And the world is changing. And therefore, the question would be, the models we adopted in our constitution, leadership, are they the correct models? Should we sit down and look at the constitution? And I think tomorrow, the leaders should now think, should we now look at what has happened in the last 37 years? Are we doing well? Are we missing a point? Where is our strength? What is our weaknesses? Where is this country has an opportunity, immense opportunity. The Ugandans are people who want to have peace. The question is, what are the threats? I don't think we have enemies. I think the enemies are the people from outside Uganda who want to exploit this country. And we, instead of sitting down and finding solution to our problem, we're out here fighting what I would call a sibling relationship, differences between us and you. You're tall, I am short, and all that. We don't really have issues. The issues is that we have failed governance. Governance needs to be looked at very seriously.
So with that in mind, when it comes to issues of governance and the fact that we need to improve, has this liberation led to anything? as we celebrate tomorrow's 37 years of liberation?
I think tomorrow's celebration should be a wake-up call. Are we doing well? Are we doing what we started off 37 years ago? Have we achieved anything? All these accusations and counter-accusations which are happening, can we find solutions to this simple problem? Our country requires everybody hands on deck so that we can move our people forward. We can move our children, our grandchildren, our posterity, so they can have a country that is good. Ugandans are resilient people, and they should be given an opportunity to build their nation. I think what is happening, there's a lot of selfishness, there's a lot of greed. We need to change all that. As we go into this liberation, there's a lot of good things that have happened. Ugandans should rally behind the good things. Use the good things to make the bad things. Find answers to the problems and find solutions. So the good things should put us together, and the bad things, we should find solutions. So the good things really are very, very important because they can put us together.
So what should we take to heart when it comes to liberation and matters of maybe say peace and governance as Ugandans?
In a simple conclusion, Ugandans have got a desire to see this country become one of the best countries in the world. The people are good, they are religious, by the way, and we have our culture, a very strong culture, and therefore they crave for a very good country, which is peaceful, with human rights, with honesty, and to see that this country is moving forward for the sake of our posterity.
Indeed, and we are glad that you've given us the way forward, a great leader like you. Thank you for giving us this wonderful advice on News at 8 on Church of Uganda Family TV.
Thank you.